Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Zeus GT League here. This time we're at Laguna Seca for a doubleheader here today. And also it's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Doubleheader, so two 30-minute races here today. And the first one has a reverse grid for the top 6 who qualify here. So we actually have 2 races going on at the moment, both of which are being streamed. If you want to head over to our YouTube channel, actually starting in a few minutes. I know I started a little bit early, but starting in a few minutes, Division 1 is actually going to be streamed live on YouTube. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Just going to go ahead and wait for a little bit. Qualifying does start in around 9 minutes or so, so we're just going to go ahead and just wait for a little bit. Give a good chance for everything to actually... just to kind of look like and make sure everything's working as planned. It's looking like it is. Also, just go ahead and posting the stream link in a few spots so we can potentially grab some more people in. But yeah, alright, so now that I have done that, so let's go ahead and just talk about this very historic circuit here for a bit. So this track is 3.6 kilometers around, or 2.24 miles in length. It is a BOP setting of low speed, and actually there is a massive BOP change that just came out with this update. Every car got a horsepower reduction of around 40 horsepower. We'll actually get on track now and just check out some of the cars currently racing on track at the moment. Beautiful sounding machines right now. This is just free practice, so nothing has officially kicked off just yet. But it is 12 corners here at Laguna Seca in Salinas, California, right next to Monterey. The full name of this track is the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Its first Gran Turismo appearance was in Gran Turismo 2, and then this pretty much has appeared in every Gran Turismo game since. The current layout, as we know it now, showed up around 1988, and that's Ellis in the Porsche going round, the number 180 Porsche, having a few issues here as we look at Spivey in the Lamborghini Huracan. We'll switch to his POV just for a bit. He has the fastest time right now in the early practice session as we still get a few things set up. The current layout was started around 1988, but the current layout with the current pit lane was around since 1996. Track has a lot of history behind it. So we'll just go ahead and keep an eye on how practice is going to go. I think we're going to get started here in about 7-ish minutes. So let me go and explain the format for today's race. So after the last round, we actually did decide to go ahead and revert to the separate divisions. So like how we had the Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 last time out, we now have Division 1 and Division 2. And so, just actually make sure I actually have my mic audio working, because my mic was sounding kind of off. At least on my end. It doesn't look like it affected the stream, but anyways. So this time, we have 2 30-minute races. So we have a singular qualifying session, and then the top 6 will have a reverse grid for race 1. The race is going to be around 30 minutes, roughly, give or take. 22 laps for each. I had it on my notes somewhere, but yeah, 22 laps around this circuit in both sessions. This is going to be the same for Lobby 1 or Division 1, and then what you're watching here in Division 2. So it should be a really fun race here today. You'll be seeing a lot of new faces that weren't on the Twitch stream last time out, because these are all the drivers that would have been in Lobby 2 or Division 2. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. And I mean, Laguna Seca is such an amazing track. It's a track that I feel like just does not get enough love in motor racing. I know IndyCar uses this track quite a bit, and there's a few other racing series that use it, but it's not It's not as popular of an American track as it once was. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, lots of history, lots of high speed. And actually I have a little bit of nostalgia because the first Gran Turismo League race I commentated was on this very circuit. It was in Super Formula around 2024. Roughly August of 2024. So that's fun. Yeah, well, one Rolex Lamborghini has an issue. The other one is on top of the timetables right now, as Liti is currently sitting in the P1 at the moment. So we're gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the standings for Division 2. Pull them while we kind of run through practice. Go ahead and pull those up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to present it to you guys, but I'll go ahead and read. So, looking at Division 2, we have LR. Oh, sorry, that's qualifying. ATS Career was in first place, racing for. I'm not sure what team that is. The logo's pretty pixelated, unfortunately, but yeah. So, I mean, we have quite a few very talented drivers, very quick and rapid drivers here today. And I am looking forward to seeing how everything plays out. Yeah, I'm just looking through trying to see if I can get an official list, but unfortunately I don't think that's something I'm going to be able to get. And there it is, the Twitch stream has been officially published in the Zeus GT League Discord, so we are all set. Alright, so we have a few drivers coming into the fray here. We're going to go ahead and actually take a look at, let's see, we'll take a look at Biohazard in the Golf-themed Porsche. Biohazard now currently setting the 4th fastest time in practice. Now granted, this is only practice, no qualifying yet. I believe we're starting qualifying in about 2 minutes time, so if you're here, make sure you go ahead and grab a drink. Go ahead and get a snack. Q is having a few technical difficulties, as it appears. Alfa Romeo not having the greatest of times here for the TXI Racing Group. Kenneth in the McLaren having some pretty good form. We'll see what he can do throughout today's race. And we have Lunatic Kai, Frenzied Rhombus, who was actually in our qualifying session for Lobby 1, but got demoted to Lobby 2, and okay, actually, I think they're actually changing some settings. Yep. So the lobby host, Fixed52, aka Freeze, is going to go ahead and change some lobby settings up. So, we'll see. I'm not sure what would have changed, is the question. Because qualifying isn't here yet. So we'll see if we can get some confirmation of what that is. So all the cars are about to get back on track. I just don't know if we got qualifying started yet. The qualifying isn't as part of the session. So interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and just read off some of the keys to the race here. Just some things that you really kind of need to really think about. Some of the key parts of this track is obviously the world famous corkscrew through turns 8, and what, depending on where you're at, it's either referred to as 8A or turn 9. I'm going to refer to it as turn 9 just for simplicity, but it is a very, very tight left-hander into a steep downhill right. Lots of gravel, lots of cars can lose it here, and actually we'll go back on track, take a look at some of these cars, and actually I'll point out the corkscrew when we get to it. It looks like the Portuguese driver of LDRS Sequinas. I apologize that I mispronounced it, but we're gonna go here and we're gonna go ahead and see. Oh, he actually went through the corkscrew. We'll go try to get over someone who is about to go through the corkscrew if I can find someone. All right, it'll be this driver here, IT Tama in the Audi R8, seeing if he can go ahead and get anything going here in practice. Alright, so actually I think we're about to start qualifying here really soon. He's about to go through the corkscrew, and that is such a steep elevation drop. And if you get it wrong, you're into gravel. So it's a really tricky race, or really tricky to navigate, especially like when you're trying to race. Heavy cars go 2 or 3 wide into the corkscrew is not advisable. I can think of several things that are better to do than try to go 3 or 4 wide, or even 2 wide into the corkscrew for that matter. But I think we're just about to get started with the lobby here very shortly. Although I do not think yeah, I'm trying to look and see, just trying to make sure everything's okay with the lobby. I think we're actually about to get going here for qualifying here very shortly. Do appreciate your patience with us as we go ahead and get underway. Now these drivers are going to want to be on that soft tire compound. From what I've heard from a driver who is currently going to be competing in Lobby 1 over on YouTube at the moment, Venomous Venom told me that the soft tires have a life expectancy of around 8 laps here around the circuit, so you can expect the strategy here. Oh, looks like a little bit of bumper cars here going on between Secanas and Rhombus. Just gotta let them know I'm actually in the commentator booth. So, I mean, sometimes you gotta clear that up a bit. It does happen, a little bit of miscommunication here and there, but we're gonna go ahead and get started here very shortly. So, I know I said last week that, oh, the host has actually ended the game. Alright, that's unfortunate. We'll try to get back in as soon as humanly possible. Lobby 1 is, oh, actually both lobbies shut down. Interesting. Alright, so it seems like both lobbies actually shut down. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and wait it out for a bit while I just go ahead and talk to chat. So how are we feeling today, chat? How are we feeling about Laguna Seca starting up today? What are you guys' thoughts on the track? Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Is it a track that you love watching, but you just can't stand driving on? What's your thoughts on this track? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will go ahead and read them out. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on post notifications, because that way you'll be able to tell whenever any of the YouTube streams go live. And also, this Twitch race will be re-uploaded to YouTube as a full VOD same day. So yeah, you can always check out the YouTube races if you want to see what's going on over in the other division. It will alternate between Division 1 and Division 2. So Division 2 is on Twitch this time around. Last week it was Division 1. And then Division 2 unfortunately did not have a live stream last time out. But Division 1 will always have a live stream. Division 2 may or may not, depending on commentator availability. But they will be flip-flopping on the channel. So, but both races, as long as there's a streamer for both races will always be available. Any race that happens here on Twitch will be re-uploaded to YouTube as the entirety of the VOD. Even the section where I was talking with Twitch chat a bit about dream racetracks and stuff like that. Alright, so it looks like this lobby is back open. And actually, I never did get to drawing my dream track, so I do apologize for that. For those of you who remember that conversation from last week of me drawing my dream track for, well, any kind of racing, F1, GT, or whatever. I know that was a conversation that we had, but yeah, I never got around to it, unfortunately. I think Freeze was the one who actually really wanted me to go ahead and talk about it, or just kind of like draw my dream track out. So sorry, Freeze, didn't get to it, unfortunately. It's been a pretty busy week for myself, so yeah. Alright, so we're back in the lobby. The lobby is loading up. We're just gonna wait for the track and stuff to load in. And then I think we'll be starting with qualifying. Yeah, there we go. Qualifying is there for 15 minutes around this track. pretty good time, honestly. I mean, the lap time here is going to be, it's going to be pretty short, so you're going to get more laps available than you would have at, say, Spa last week. But yeah, we have, I think, 4 doubleheaders on this season's calendar. So while we wait for qualifying to officially kick off, and we're also just waiting for one more driver to join the lobby, and then everybody else, 2 more drivers to join in. I myself don't join in because I am on the commentary desk, even though I am in a Jacksonville Jaguar themed Toyota FT1. I'm not competing today. I know I did compete here at one point. Had one race here as a Dragon Trail. I had fun, but the people I was racing with did not. I was not the greatest driver in those times. But anyways, taking a look at our Season 4 calendar for GT3. This goes for both divisions. So we had Spa as our season opener, which was a really fun race. 25 laps around Spa. It was absolutely perfect. Had a really climatic finale between Inferno and Robles, a Mazda versus Hyundai battle. And then currently we are going to be here at Laguna Seca as qualifying does get underway. We have a doubleheader here in Laguna Seca, so hope you guys do enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun, and all these drivers are going to get out early, try to get their banker laps done and dusted. And then next week we go to Mount Panorama, aka Bathurst, for another 60-minute race. And then we have a 90-minute race at Le Mans, followed by our next doubleheader at Dragon Trail Gardens in Croatia, followed by a 60-minute race at Lago Maggiore. And then we have St. Croix B, which is another 25-lap race, 60 minutes. And then we have our third of 4 doubleheaders at Interlagos, followed by 90 minutes of Daytona, 60 minutes at the Nürburgring 24-hour layout. Our final doubleheader as the penultimate round of the season at Watkins Glen. And then we round out the season in Suzuka. There is a break in between Maggiore and St. Croix. But other than that, it's racing every single week. So that should be a lot of fun. Alright, we're going to actually go up to Lunatic Kai in the number 42 Porsche. Because he will be our first, or sorry, that's the number 25 Emirates Porsche. I don't know why I saw 42 or the other number I said, but anyways, he's going to go in and start our flying lap. We'll get onto hood camera with the Porsche. He's coming down into turn number 1, the Andretti hairpin, as it is called. Good exit, good exit. Looks like he went a bit wide there on the exit of the Andretti hairpin. Now he's coming into turn number 2. He's got a good amount of space in between the cars, so he's going to go ahead and make the most of it. And now, I mean, it's a good sector split, 22 seconds. Now he is going ahead and exiting turn 5, making his run up to turn number 6. Good stuff there. Or sorry, that was actually turn 5. Now he's making the run up to turn 6. Or wow, actually I got my track map weird. So anyways, now he just got out of turn 7, going into turns 8 and 9, the world famous corkscrew. Now we'll see if we can get a really good camera angle. Oh, that's a beautiful camera angle of going through the corkscrew. Very good job there from the British driver in Lunatic Kai, the number 25 Porsche. Looking to set the standard here as the first qualifying time. We'll see what he can do. He's going to come around the final corner here. Turn number 12. Oh, he's in the gravel though, so he goes wide. He's going to come back on track, and it looks like Fix is going to be the first driver to set a full lap time. The car behind Walls does have a penalty. So Fix will go ahead and set the fastest time of the session with a 1:16 or a 1:24.8. Actually, we're seeing a lot of times being set here. So a 1:24 is actually the time to beat. A 1:24.829. The current benchmark of the grid. We'll see who has yet to set a time. But we'll stay on board with this Alfa Romeo, the number 55 TXI racing machine of Q in the Alfa Romeo 4C Group 3 car. It's a fun car to drive, pretty nimble. Haven't driven it in quite some time, but I remember enjoying it. And actually, while we're kind of talking about it, let me bring up the BOP as Q goes into P4 here in the first and only qualifying session of the night. So there was actually a massive BOP change that happened inside of Gran Turismo, and the Alfa Romeo actually did get buffed slightly. I mean, all the cars got at best they got hit with what I like to call a birth, meaning a buff and a nerf, as there is a purple sector 1 there for the number 55 Alfa Romeo. So specifically in the low speed configuration, the Alfa Romeo is actually 5 kilograms lighter than it was in the last update, and he goes off into the gravel, so his time is going to be chalked. As Wall goes up into P2. Let's go ahead and jump down to Elusive Wolf, who actually just sets the fastest time of the session by 89 hundredths of a second. He is in the Toyota Supra, which the Toyota Supra actually got no changes for this particular layout. Actually, no, sorry. The Toyota actually got a nerf. It is now 5 kilograms heavier, according to the new BOP update that happened with this most recent update. And Fleety actually takes the Huracan into P1 right now by a hundredth of a second. Really close times here in Division 2. We are a third of the way through, and that time is just improving. Those times are going to continue to improve as the track gets more and more rubbered in, and those tires get up to the proper operating window. We're actually going to go on board. We see some support in chat for LDRS. And speaking of LDRS, we'll go on board with their driver in the number 72 Porsche. The Portuguese driver. They had a lot of support last time out in the Division 1 stream. Unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest of races for them. I think it even went to Lobby 2. I'll have to go back and check my notes. But we'll see if Secanaz is going to go ahead and do any better this time around in Division 2. Currently got time good enough for P7 on the board with a 120 or about 0.127 off. And actually Biohazard just improved his time, so it's about 0.6 off as we watch that Porsche go through. It's not going to be an improvement on his time, which is unfortunate, so he is not going to improve. We'll go on board now with Tony. We'll see if he can make an improvement. He's coming down to the home stretch. We'll see where the Lewis Hamilton theme Ferrari is going to go. It's going to be an improvement of time and position. He was 1.2 seconds faster on that last run, but still 1.3 seconds off of pole position in the number 12 Ferrari of Tony. Go ahead and take a look at Ellis, who is in the neon or synthwave themed Porsche. We'll see where Ellis can go ahead and go. He is in the number 180 Porsche. We'll see what he can do. He is actually just starting another lap. His last lap was an improvement. It's his fastest time of the session with a 1:25.9. So we will go ahead and keep an eye on this battle for us. Or I guess I should say the battle to get pole position. He does have a Audi behind him of Tama. I believe actually that Porsche is from the B&H team. I can't say what B&H actually stands for on stream. I do apologize, but actually no, that is not the B&H team. I will continue to look for what team this actually is. We'll stay on board with him, as actually we'll go into the I was going to try to go cockpit cam for the entirety of the corkscrew, but I hit the wrong button, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. Oh, okay, so this is the Porsche Velocity Racing team, or Velocity Racing for short. So Velocity Racing is this Porsche that is on your screens. I will try to learn all these team names as quickly as humanly possible. Now we'll go on board with Tama right behind in the German-themed Porsche, or Audi. See if I can find what team this car is representing. I will continue to look around. Fortunately, not seeing anything here at the moment. Yeah, actually, I do not see anything about explicitly what team this is, so we'll just call them Team Germany. So we're actually going to go on board with the Lamborghini team of Spivvy. Let's see what he can do. Currently sitting at P14 right now. He's in the second to last spot. He'll start from the back row. And as we're about down to the final 5 minutes of qualifying, 6 minutes to be exact. 6 minutes are left in this qualifying session. Can anything happen for any of these drivers? The McLaren of Kenneth, as part of the McLaren team, is currently sitting down in dead last. He's 1.2 seconds off in the next car, but something tells me that was not a fully representative lap. We'll see if he can improve. It is not going to be improvement on his time. Kenneth is still in P15. That's what it sits right now. We'll see who's currently on the lap. We'll go on board with Tony from B&H Racing in the Lewis Hamilton themed Ferrari. Pretty fitting. He's going to come across the line. He's going to get a decent tow there from Elusive Wolf in PLC. And that was definitely not a fast time. A 1:54. That was definitely a banker lap. We'll actually stay on board with this Ferrari. We'll see what he can do. He navigates the Andretti hairpin beautifully. Let's see what he can do for the rest of the lap. He does have a car ahead. He could get a good tow from him, but it also might cause some dirty air for the Ferrari. It looks like the Ferrari gets onto the gravel ever so slightly. We'll go ahead and ride on board now with the Ferrari. We'll see if he can do anything. He's going to get a little bit of a tow there, but also some dirty air from that Toyota Supra up ahead. The Toyota of Elusive Wolf. If you guys are just tuning into the stream, thank you guys so much for popping on in. Be sure to go ahead and follow us here on our Twitch. So you'll be able to watch every race that is streamed here on Twitch, which will be every single week, or almost every single week. We do have a break at the halfway point of the season, but yeah, so, and also be sure to check us out on YouTube. It will be the same thing, Zeus GT League. There's actually another race being streamed over there at the moment. It is for our Division 1. So be sure to check that out. And also this race replay will be re-uploaded to YouTube same day. So later on today, this track, or this entire VOD, will be uploaded to YouTube. So be sure to go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. Turn on notifications over there as well. We're going to go on board with the car we haven't really seen much of today, being the number 8 car, Mr. Solfa, who is part of the Porsche Golf Racing team in, well, a Porsche 911. Didn't exactly improve there. He's currently sitting at P8. We're down to the last few minutes of qualifying here. Flashing his lights at the car up ahead. I believe that's another Porsche. Yeah, that was the Porsche of Velocity Racing. I believe that is Ellis. Yeah, it is Ellis. Ellis in the number 180 Porsche. Doing something that Mr. Solfa wasn't a really big fan of. And Mr. Solfa is off into the gravel. Unfortunate there for the Greek driver. We'll actually switch to another car. Spivvy is on the gravel. Ellis is currently in P12. We'll stay on board with this car because he seems to be on a flyer. We'll see at the next sector time if he is currently on a flyer. Go on board now onto the roof cam of this car as he's going to navigate the corkscrew. Very well done there, hitting all of his marks. Good exit. Seemed like a bit of a slow exit there, but it might have been just from this POV. And it might have been of a slow exit because he was about 4.5 tenths off and he's into the gravel just a bit. This run is not going to produce any decent results for him. We'll slip back up the field to Wall and Fix, currently P3 and P4 respectively. The PLC machine of Wall, currently sitting at P3. He's only 2 tenths off of the pole time. So we'll see. Oh, as Spivvy slides and has a spin going into the chicane. Let's go ahead and try to get that on replay. We'll actually just watch it here from Wall 74's position. He's on an improvement, and it was a purple sector here for the British driver. And then, yep, he just got a little bit of too much curving and just spun it. Unfortunate there for the Lamborghini, and it will be an improved time. It looks like it will be anyway. We'll see if it's good enough for pole. It is not. Not quite good enough for pole. I'm not sure where those purple sector times were coming from, but Lunatic Kai is still in pole position here at the moment. Currently P1, but only by 4 thousandths. So the Emirates Porsche of Lunatic Kai is not far ahead of Fleety in the Lamborghini. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one. This is going to be really close. We are down to a minute left of qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get really, really spicy. The track is probably going to have the most rubber it's going to have. So a lot of these drivers are really going to only be able to do this final lap. It is purple here for Fleety in the Lamborghini Huracan. We'll see if he can do anything about it. He's going to have a little bit of a tow from Biohazard. We'll see if Biohazard gets out of the way or does he impede. It's a question of the day. He gets off the track. He lets Fleety through. Runs up to the gravel and a bit of a spin there. Going off gravel into the wall there for Biohazard in the Golf Porsche. But that's not going to affect Fleety because Fleety is going to try to make everything work. He might get one more lap out of this, but we'll see. Depends on how this lap goes. Beautifully navigating through the corkscrew. He's running on those racing softs, but he's not improving. He lost so much time there, probably behind that Porsche. He lost about 6/10 there. And this is actually going to be his final lap. So Lunatic, I think, might have pole position secure. He's going to come around the last corner here. We'll see where Fleety goes. See if he was able to make it up in this third and final sector of the track. Is he going to make it? No, it's not going to be pole position for him. 8/10 off, and that's his qualifying done and dusted. Seeing out who else is on the lap, and it looks like Frenzied Rhombus is going to be on a lap here in the PLC Jaguar. He's going to come up to the corkscrew. There is a car up ahead, but he's also providing a tow to the McLaren of Cannons behind, the lone McLaren on track here today, I believe. We'll see what he can do. He is about a 10th off of his personal best, so he won't improve his time or his position at this rate. He's got to make it happen in these last two corners, corners 11 and 12. He's got to make it stick. We'll see if he can have, he wants to be in that top 6 ideally, because at that point then he would start from first for the first race. Tony's going to go and improve his time. We'll see if there's going to be improved time for Frenzied. It is going to be improved time, but not an improved position. He will stay P7. And I think that is everyone. Actually, Wall was going to try to make another lap happen. He's got one more lap in him. There is a minute 45 left on the clock. Can he improve? Is it going to be good enough? No, it's not going to be good enough for an improved time or an improved position. But still, the top 3 only separated by 32 hundredths of a second. So, less than 5 hundredths of a second separate these top 3 drivers. 3 different cars, 3 different teams, all one nationality. So, it is a British 1, 2, 3 here at Laguna Seca. Although they will start from 4th, 5th, and 6th because of the reverse grid for the first race. So, we'll see if they can make up any positions and win our first doubleheader of the entirety of the season. Excellent stuff here from all of these drivers. Shout out to everybody putting in pretty solid lap times here. And I think we're just now waiting for that time to just run down to 0. Yep, so everybody's just waiting for that timer to run down to 0. And then we're going to go ahead and get underway with our first race of the evening. So guys, just go ahead and while we're ready for this, get your favorite snack, get your favorite drink, and maybe even make some lunch or some dinner, breakfast, whatever time zone you may be in, because this race is going to be cinema. So get ready, because this is going to be a very, very good race here in Laguna Seca. And guess what? You're going to get trouble here in Laguna Seca, and we're going to make it double. We got 2 races here, both 22 laps long. And yep, Kai said in chat he's back like he never left. And he is in pole position here today. Gonna go ahead and run you real quick through our qualifying results here. So we have Lunatic Kai in P1, followed by Fleety in Wall 27, rounding out our top 3. That top 3 only separated by 32 hundredths of a second, which is really good time. And then immediately, about 8/10 back, we have Tony, followed by Fix, Illusion Wolf, Frenzied Rhombus, Mr. Solfa. And then we take a look at the rest of our grid. We have Biohazard, LDRS Secondas, Q, Ellis, Spivvy, Kenneth, and then Tama. That rounds out our grid here today. But if I'm understanding the double first race in 6 months and he gets pole position, that is definitely very impressive there, Kai. Well done to you. But if I understand the rules correctly, I believe we have a reversed grid, at least a reverse top 6 for the first race here today. So that means Elusive Wolf will start from pole position here in race number 1, followed by Fix, Tony, Wall, Fleety, and then Lunatic will be in P6 if I am understanding these rules correctly. But we will definitely see. Anyway guys, I'm going to take a quick little break. You can vibe out to the Gran Turismo music and we'll be right back, but don't go anywhere. Alright folks, we just got our information from Race Command here, aka Fix. The lobby will start at 16:30. So about 2 minutes from now we will have our race start. It'll be the first race of our doubleheader here tonight. In Division 2, it is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of action, a lot of drama. So once again, let me just run you through some of the more notable parts of this track. I mean, you have the Andretti hairpin going into turn number 3, as there's a little bit of a weird corner section that is for some reason considered a corner there right before the Andretti hairpin. Not sure why that is, but that's just how it is set. And then we have obviously the infamous corkscrew going through corners 8 and 9, or 8 and 8A, depending on what map you're using. The infamous corkscrew is a very, very deep corner. Actually, I believe that's it right there on your screen. Yep, there it is. The corkscrew is on your screen at the moment. A massive dip going to the left and a very high speed right. It's a very, very tricky corner. A lot of motorsports professionals consider it one of the hardest corners in the world of motorsport. And I mean, I agree with them. It's a very tricky corner. Very hard to navigate correctly. And we saw a little bit, if you just take it ever so wrong, you're going to be spinning or you're going to be into the gravel. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the first race of our doubleheader today to kick off here in Laguna Seca. I'll be your host, Patrick Coleman, aka Rekis, and I will take you from green to checkered flag here at Laguna Seca. We're going to go ahead and just get a rolling start here. Waiting for the sound to play. The engines are roaring. The drivers are set. And we have a bit of that go section. Lunatic Kai is gonna lead us around to our first race. And actually, I guess it's not a reverse grid. I must have saw that elsewhere. But anyways, 3, 2, 1, and it's green means go, everybody. Lunatic Kai is gonna go ahead and lead us going into turn number 1. We'll see what can happen here for the British driver. Can he keep his lead? His first race in 6 months. Good stuff here. Makes a very good pass through the Andretti corner, followed by Fleety and Wall. Not a whole lot of position changes have happened here up within the front 3, but it's a really good launch there from Lunatic Kai, and I'm loving that helicopter view we had. And we're just following these drivers through. Tony is actually kind of caught up a little bit to the pack, but Fix currently right behind him. As we look at the Lewis Hamilton themed Ferrari. Looks like a few cars might have touched a little bit of gravel there, but nothing too major as of yet. We're going to go on board, and this looks like a really solid battle here for P2, as Lunatic Kai has kind of checked out a bit. Going through the corkscrew for the first time. Ooh, I wonder if that would be a penalty there from Lunatic. He did cut that kind of close on track limits, but we'll see if he gets away with it, and it looks like he has. Very risky line there for Lunatic, but hey, it's not crazy if it works. Maybe he's not such a lunatic after all. All jokes aside, yeah, right now he's really pulling weight. He's already got a 1.4 second gap to Fleety behind, but here's the thing though. If he is running that soft tire compound, then he's only going to have about 8 laps of tire management before he has to pit in. Oh, this is a really good battle here between Fleety and Wall. We'll go on board now with the Jaguar. We'll see if he can do anything in that PLC Jaguar. We'll see what he can manage. Can he make an overtake happen? He gets a little bit snappy there on corner exit. We're going to stay on board as he chases down Fleety. The two British drivers chasing each other down. He's going to shake for a move. We'll go. Oh, he's going to make it. He's going to send it up the corner. And he's got it. Excellent move there. Let's go ahead and get that on a replay because that was beautiful. He's got the slipstream. He's got the speed. And he's just going to dive up the inside of the corner. And he makes the move. He's going side by side quite a bit though. But he makes it happen. And he is leading into the corkscrew, and that is big for the Jaguar. Excellent racing now. We're actually going to drop a few positions back. Battle of the Porsches. And the Golf Porsche, and then actually both of the Golf Porsches are actually pretty much right next to each other. Both Mr. Sulfa and Biohazard. Take a look and see. Actually, I think right in front of them might be a pretty spicy battle here coming up soon. It looks like Fix and the Lucid Wolf might be trying to make something happen here. And that was a very good run going into turn number 1. Now coming up to the Andretti hairpin. And Fix is going to stick it deep. And he's got it. He was very late on the brakes. And he gets it done. The American Power winning out on the American track for now. And it looks like a Lucid Wolf boys getting a little squirrel there on corner exit. This is a battle we will stay on board with for a little while because it's looking very, very entertaining here between Fix and the Lucid Wolf. We're going to go onto the roof camera of the Toyota, and he's just like snapping out of some of these corners. The driver currently on the racing medium tires here, trying to chase down Fix. See if he can get it done into the corkscrew. A little bit of a connectivity shuffle, as I like to call it. He's gonna be holding the brakes, and oh, that was really clean. But there's a car off ahead, and it's Tony. Tony's off up ahead. We gotta get that on replay. We gotta see what happened there. He's going into this corner. He's going into the corkscrew. Oh yeah, he just lost it. Got a little slipstream and bop. It's so easy just to lose it on that corner, which is unfortunate. It happens, but yeah, really unfortunate. I guess I found out there's another bug with the replay where even if you request to show only the race information, it will show you the telemetry as well after you do a replay. So interesting here, but we'll vibe with it. I'm sure Chad doesn't mind. But Tony is not having a great day. He's got massive suspension damage there in the back of that car. The back left is just gone. Let's go try to get that on replay. See what happens here. We'll see if it's just a lack of grip. I think it was. He wasn't close to anyone to have a little bit of contact. Yep. Just lost it there. The Ferrari not having the cleanest updates here in ZGTL. But actually what's really clean is this battle up ahead with Fix and Elusive Wolf. These two have been pretty much stuck together like glue for pretty much the entirety of this race. Now we'll see if there's going to be any action. Fix puts his car in a very good defensive position, but the cars are so close to each other. Those cars are really, really close to each other. We're going to go into cockpit view. Looks like a little bit of a love tap, a little bit of a smooch. Although you don't want to be smooching the car up ahead. Valentine's Day was over a month ago. And he's going to try to make the switch back, but no, he just doesn't have the stability on corner exit. The Super will stay behind Fix just for a little while longer. But is he going to try to send it up the outside of the Andretti hairpin? I just don't think he's got enough real estate. No, he's going to think about it and just say, nope, I'm going to save that for later. Go back on board here with our second and third place drivers, and Kai is just gone. He is having a ludicrous race up ahead. I mean, he is just checked out from the moment we went green here at Laguna Seca. He's just been gone. Now, Wall is right behind Fleety. We'll see if he can make a move going into this upcoming corner. I believe, yeah, this is turn number 7. He's got to move. He's got it done. And I think Fleety might have had a bit of an issue there, letting him fall back. Now there's a second in between himself and the Jaguar up ahead. We'll drop back down, and it looks like Fix has actually lost a Lucid Wolf there for a bit. And luckily for him, despite how close the cars were, there's nothing to fix on that Corvette. Actually, nothing to fix on that Toyota either. So good stuff there from these drivers, keeping it close and keeping it clean. Actually, we'll go. These two Porsches are still holding position here as it sits right now, going through turn number 10. Actually, that was turn 11. Now coming to turn number 12, the sharp corner coming into the start-finish straight, and we'll see where that places him. I don't know why I said it like it was qualifying, but anyways. See if there's any other battles here. It looks like the other Lamborghini might be under attack from a Porsche here sooner rather than later, as we are on lap 6 out of 22 for right now. He's going to just hook it around the corner, see if he can make any moves. He's pretty far away to make a move, but Ellis in that Velocity Racing Porsche is going to continue to try to catch up to Spivey. And it's actually a purple sector 1 there for Ellis in that Porsche, so he might be trying to get fastest lap here, take it away from the Jaguar of Wall, who is currently sitting in P2 at the moment. Now Ellis is trying to make something happen here. I think he is closing that gap a little bit, but not by enough. He won't have enough room to make a move. Instead, he makes a spin, getting squirrely on the exit of turn 7. That is unfortunate there for the British driver. And a few cars actually just going off there. We'll try to get a replay and see what happened there. Actually, I'm going to look at Tama here, because this is the car we're really going to want to keep an eye on to see what happened with him. They're coming through turn 7, and oh, he just went wide. Yeah, he just went wide there on the exit. Pretty easy to do. Despite this track being listed as a low speed for balance and performance, you do actually take a lot of these corners at some pretty high speed. I'm guessing it's probably the hairpin and also the corkscrew that kind of lead to it being considered more of a high downforce track and a low speed track. Take a look and see if there isn't really any super close battles at the moment. I'm sure this field will kind of start bunching up as we get closer to pit stops. Speaking of pit stops, we have our first one so far. Frenzy Rhombus in the PLC Jaguar, the number 9 car, getting a nice pit stop. Getting some tire changes and some fuel. And then he's going to get sent back on track. Oh, he had damage. He had front aero damage he had to get repaired. Now we have heavy damage enabled, so to make any kind of repairs to your car, unlike light damage where it will repair after I think about 30 seconds, give or take, you got to go into the pits and go ahead and get that part changed out. It only takes about an extra 2 or 3 seconds, but that is not at all what you want to deal with when you're on the track. Now we're going to go ahead and switch back to... actually, probably Elusive Wolf. Oh, here we go. Look, Fleety might have made a pit stop. No, Fleety must have just fell back a bit. As we see, Elusive Wolf is now sitting in P4, Fleety in P5, and Fix up into the podium spots here in our first race of today. Oh, he touches the ground a bit for Elusive Wolf. That could have been very nasty, but he recovers it. Skillful driving there from the American. Oh, looks like a little bit of contact there between himself and Fleety now. Fleety giving a nice little gentle nudge on the exit of turn number 4, I believe that was. We'll see what he can do. We'll see if any moves can be made here. This is a really close battle. We're going to do a quiet onboard lap where you can just hear the roar of the V10 for the remainder of this lap, and we'll be back. That V10 is one of the best sounding engines in the entirety of this game. But actually, it looks like we might have a really solid battle here for the final podium spot. Fix right now, I mean, he's got 2 cars right behind him, 2 very hungry cars looking for that podium spot. But Fix in that Corvette is holding him off quite a bit. The front 2 have just kind of sailed away into the Netherlands. Like, not literally the Netherlands, but you get what I mean. He's already, those 2 are so far ahead, they're already in race 2 at this point. But Fix right now, he's in a good spot. He's actually gaining away from both Fleety and Elusive Wolf. We'll jump on board with the Supra now. Get a little bit more on-board footage now, racing in that Toyota Supra. The American driver chasing down the bridge. We'll see if he can make a move going into the corkscrew. No, he decides to get it, but he gets really, really close there. Gets so close. I mean, that could have been contact if it was about an inch or 2 closer. Good stuff from Elusive Wolf. He knows his braking points. It looks like he gets a little bit of the gravel there, trying to get closer to that Lamborghini of Fleety, the car that started 2nd place on our grid. It was one of our top 3 cars, now sitting down in P4. He was looking for a podium spot, but he just doesn't have it at the moment. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the rear wing camera here. As the Toyota gets so close! He gets so close as we wait for the car to kind of register in. Maybe. Oh, there we go. That's the camera I was looking for. But yeah, I mean, he's caught up a lot, actually, to that car up ahead. He's caught up to Fix. As you look at this battle here between himself and Lucid. And then we're going to switch to a different POV of the Corvette that has 2 very hungry cars right behind it. Let's see who can make the move on who first. And it's looking pretty likely that Fleety might be going ahead and trying to make the move on to Fix here. He's closer than he is to Lucid. He's going to get a good slipstream going through the corkscrew, and this will be a really fun camera for the corkscrew. Oh, that is beautiful. It's like a roller coaster there. As we see Lucid have a little bit of a slip there, and that is very, very unfortunate for him. He's going to go ahead and lose a little bit of time to the car up ahead. Now, ignore the refuel thing. That is another one of the many bugs with the keyboard's replay system. It is a really, really neat thing. Oh, I apologize. That's going to cause a little bit of a blue screen momentarily. Keyboard shenanigans have continued to ensue, but you didn't miss much. We're just going to actually stay on board with this battle here for quite a while. And this battle is going to continue to rage on. guess the blue screen moment already passed by. Oh, there it is. Watching it back on stream, but anyways, I mean, at one point it looked like the Supra and the Lamborghini were actually really close then, but now the most of this field has just spread out. Actually, we'll go ahead and slick a few cars back, and Spivey is in the pits for Lamborghini. He does, oh, he's got front aero damage as well, so the aerodynamic damage is going to cause a little bit of problem for the American driver in that Lamborghini. He's going to come into the pits, going to go ahead and change those tires out, and then get that front bodywork repaired. Going to take a few seconds. He was on the medium, and now I believe he's on another set of medium, so it's going to be medium to medium for the American driver, getting about 11 laps out of that stint. We'll see what he can do with the second half of the race. We are actually halfway through this race right now. He's going to come out as lap traffic just behind Lucid. Or sorry, right behind Lunatic. I don't know why I read Lucid. But actually Wall has caught up a bit. Only 2 seconds between the two now. And it is a purple sector 1 now for the Jaguar. He's got lap traffic up ahead of Spivey in the Lamborghini. He's not really close enough to try to make an overtake onto that lapped car, but that is dirty air being sent to the Jaguar from that Lamborghini. And now the blue flag is going to kick in, and he's going to sail up into, well, he's still going to stay in P2, but he'll sail ahead of that lapped car. And now he's just back behind Lunatic Kai. But here's the question about Kai, is how much did he benefit from that? Looks like he had a better exit coming out of the corkscrew there for the Emirates themed Porsche. I mean, his tires are about halfway done. We'll see what lap he pits in. I'm betting he's probably going to pit in this lap or the next lap at the latest. I don't think he's going to try to make these tires go to the bitter end, but yeah, actually no, he decides to go for another lap. You have to make that pit entrance pretty early, like as soon as you get out of turn 10, I think you have to start making that pit, or start at least angling your car to get ready to make that pit stop, because it is a pretty long pit entry. About 26 seconds is the pit stop here average. That is if you're just replacing your tires, not including getting additional fuel or getting bodywork repaired or any of the sort. As Mr. Soulful will be our next driver in the pits, the Golf Porsche going ahead and making his first stop of the race. We're going to actually kind of resume back to this battle here now. I mean, Fleety is back up into those podium spots. But now it's going to be, once again, the battle we saw earlier between Fix and Elusive Wolf. They touch ever so slightly there. Oh, Elusive Wolf is getting very aggressive. Almost desperate, it appears. They're trying to make the move on to Fix. He's got the pace, but Fix has got that defense. So you're really just playing a game of rock, paper, scissors at this point to try to see when you can get through. Gotta do like a roll for a D20, and so far it's been nat ones for that Toyota right now. Can he make it happen before the corkscrew? Or may we even see a very rare overtake into the corkscrew? Here's the question. He's got the slipstream, he's got the speed. He was thinking about the outside. He's gonna try to make the outside the inside, but it just doesn't work for him. Looks like he might have got a bit of a better exit though. Coming out of the chicane, and it's a half-second penalty for the American driver. He's gonna get past, but he's about to hit that penalty. Oh! Ooh, this car's looks very close to touching now. Let's see, and it looks like Fix is gonna just pop it up the inside. He's got it, he's got the move. And then also Elusive is gonna slow down a bit. That's actually gonna allow for Biohazard to kind of get into the mix. See if Biohazard can go ahead and make a claim to fame and get that number 66 Porsche up into P5. Now some of these drivers have yet to pit, so we'll see what their pit strategy is. I mean, it might also be a possibility that we might see medium to soft being run here in this race. Because if the softs do only go to about lap 8 or so, I mean, if you have like 7 laps remaining in this race, which we are a little above that, I believe, actually, I think starting next lap we will actually be at that 8 laps remaining. So we'll see. Yeah, actually, I just counted it real quick. Yeah. So starting next lap, they will actually be at that 8 lap range where the soft tires are decent before they hit their fall off peak. And we might see some soft tire runners, but Wall has caught up to Lunatic. We'll see if anything can happen here between these two. Our front row starters here are now about to fight for the lead of this race as we begin lap number 15 out of 22 here in the first of 2 races we have here tonight at the Zeus GT League here in Division 2. We'll see what can happen. He's gonna send it. No, he's gonna try to make something work. Not gonna be a full send up the inside, as he did not have near enough space, but he did make up about 6/10 that lap. I actually do get a little bit of a comparison between the lap times here. Yeah, actually I'm just about 7-ish tenths faster. It looks like Lunatic is struggling now on those burnt medium tires. I mean, you're in the desert heat of California in March. Not as hot as it is in some other months, like say May, June, or July, or August even. But it can get pretty hot out there in the desert, not to mention there's a 7.5 feet per second tailwind. He gets a little bit into the gravel there for Lunatic High. Now we're gonna go on board with the Jaguar. We're actually gonna go into this camera, this grill camera as I like to call it, as Q enters into the pits. We're gonna stay on this view for a little bit as we hear that V8 roar from the Jaguar. Now he's really close to Lunatic, but I wonder if he's gonna try to pull the undercut. Oh, Lunatic tried to bait him into the pit lane. He tried to make the bait, trying to make Wall fall for it, but Wall decided that he was gonna stay out anyway, so the potential fake there from Lunatic just did not play out in his favor. Lost a little bit of time there to the Jaguar, I believe. And now the Jaguar is getting really, really close as Fleety makes his pit stop in the Lamborghini Huracan. We'll see if Wall and Kai can make a really interesting battle on the last lap before they certainly have to pit. I don't think they're going to take these tires all the way to the end because they're going to be struggling for pace. And I think Fleety might have, or might be able to catch up to them if these front runners take a no stop. Now that is the question at hand. Are these two going to run a no stop? Although I believe you are required to do 1 mandatory pit stop. And I know I said lap 14 or 15 would be the last lap that they should really go before making a pit stop, but I mean these drivers they're managing the tires pretty well. We'll see the difference kind of between the two as they go through the chicane, going through the corkscrew. Excellent stuff there from those drivers. We're going to go on to the rear wing camera of the Porsche, and oh, the Porsche looks like he gets into a little bit of gravel now. We'll see if he makes that pit stop. Wall giving him a little bit of the flash, and they both come into the pits. But wow, look at that fuel deficit between these two cars. The Lunatic was definitely conserving a lot better. Although that Porsche might just be better on fuel, we do not know yet. So Wall is probably going to spend more time in the pits trying to get more fuel. I mean, those tires are definitely cooked for that Porsche. We'll see what happens when they come into the pits. Definitely a splash of fuel, at least for the Jaguar. And there's the Porsche now. Going to go ahead and make its pit stop. One set of tires off, another set on. Took a little longer for those back tires to come off. He doesn't even grab fuel, and he's on the racing soft. He's back out on track. It looks like a little bit of fuel there for Wall. He'll take a little splash of fuel. I mean, these cars are actually going to come out pretty close to each other. Now they're both pretty even on fuel. There is one lapped traffic car up ahead, and actually it's his teammate. So we'll see if his teammate gets the blue flag or not. That is Frenzied Rhombus up ahead. Take a look now at the other Jaguar. As we look at the rear view camera of him. Oh, Wall was actually in the lead. What happened there? Hang on, we got to get a replay of that. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I think Lunatic just kind of lost it there on exit. And Wall takes the lead in this race. That's a big moment there in the context of this race. Neither of these drivers are going to make more pit stops. But here's the question. Is Wall going to have to go ahead and conserve fuel? Because, I mean, we saw that Jaguar does take up more fuel than that Porsche. But Lunatic High is just struggling right now to get those tires up to temp. And he's just sliding all over the place now. I mean, that Porsche is looking very, very twitchy. He's going to get a tow from his teammate, Wall is. Wall going to get a tow from his teammate in Frenzy Rhombus. He's going to let him on through, but it's not going to really be a good spot. He's actually going to slow way down and let both cars through. Good show of sportsmanship and obedience to the blue flag. Now, I know some teammates would have broken some rules and try to block Lunatic, but very respectful driving there from the other Jaguar just to let both cars through with no incident. It's actually a purple sector 1 now for the Porsche Lunatic Kai as we see Seca does go into the pits. He's going to go ahead and change out to probably the soft tire compound. He actually went the longest on this stint. If you guys have any requests for an onboard lap, just go ahead and drop it into Twitch chat and I will go ahead and do a full onboard lap with the driver of your choosing. No need to use any channel points or any of that, also because we don't have that set up. But yeah, just go ahead and just suggest in Twitch chat if you want us to go on board with anybody in particular. As we take a look at our podium sitter right now, Elusive Wolf, I mean, once he got past, he's he's actually another car who hasn't stopped yet. I wonder if he's gonna try to pull a 0 stop. I mean, he's gonna have 4 laps left to go. It's 5 laps now left to go, or well, I guess now 4 and like a quarter, or maybe 4 and a tenth of a lap. Exact measurement don't important, but there's gonna be 4 laps left for this Toyota. He does have the tires that the car behind him has. He's got mediums and they are burnt. They are burnt like chicken you left in the oven for too long. Those tires are cooked beyond belief. Now, Fleety is on the fresher tire. He's on the quicker tire. He's gonna have more grip, but can he get anything going onto Elusive Wolf? This will be the battle for P3 on track. But we're gonna actually switch and focus on this battle, and it looks like Kai has a 1 or half second penalty. So he's gonna serve that here soon, and that is not what Kai would have wanted. His race might actually be over at this stage, because Wall has a really good shot of just slingshotting into the lead and just staying there for the rest of his race. He's only got 4 laps to go, and you can see he is fighting with that analog stick, as you can see from the flash of his lights. If he's playing on a controller, first off, he's doing an exceptional job, and also sometimes if you're holding that, I think it's if you're holding the analog stick too long, your lights will actually flash, because they are the same button. But yeah, I mean, that's really unfortunate there for a Lunatic Eye. Yep, there's a half second penalty. And it is a half second penalty because you let off the throttle for about half a second, as it is a new fastest lap of the race for Wall. But you lose so much more than that. Yeah, he lost about 2 seconds there on that penalty line. So unfortunate there for Kai. But now we're actually going to switch to the other battle. It looks like Fleety did get past Elusive Wolf. He is up in the P3, and yeah, I think at this point Elusive Wolf might just stick on these tires. He might go for a no stop because it is 3 laps left to go. He's got a good gap to Biohazard in P5. See if there's any other really close battles that we can kind of keep an eye on. I'll kind of just shuffle through the field a bit. Unfortunately, that is not the case, but some of these cars are being blue flagged. P14 to P15 are being blue flagged. But Lunatic is actually catching up a little bit, not by much. And actually, he just dropped a lot there. Might have dropped into the gravel. Yeah, he lost about a second on that, just on that stretch of road between turn 7 and the chicane. So we'll see. Oh, Biohazard's off! Biohazard had a moment, and that is not ideal for the Golf Porsche, and he is just going to reverse back on track. We'll see if we can get a better idea of what happened there. He's coming through. He's going into turn number 6. Let's see if he just has a bit of opposite lag. Yep. Oh, he touched a little bit of gravel. That just kind of ruined it for him. Just kind of ruined it. Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Biohazard. Now he's got his teammate right behind him. He might just let his teammate through because he does have that front aero damage, which is going to kind of restrict your ability to turn as effectively or as quickly. And wow, what happened there? Wall's got a massive gap now. Oh, there's suspension damage for Kai. He's got front right suspension damage. Oh no, he's gonna be fighting that car all the way to the end. I mean, he'll keep P2 more than likely unless he has another massive mistake. But yeah, that's his race done and dusted. Lunatic Kai getting damage on that front right, so that's gonna pull his car to the left. And he's gonna have to constantly try to fight that car to keep it going straight. Unfortunately there. Yeah, this is Wall's race to lose right now. Gonna go look and see if there's any other close battles through the field. The other cars super close to each other at the moment. I'll keep looking and see if I can see anything that's pretty close. Looks like Tony and Kenneth might be actually ready for a fight. Team B&H taking on the McLaren Racing team. Not the official McLaren Racing team, mind you, but the McLaren Racing team that we have here. The sole McLaren on the grid today. And here's another car that I think has opted for the no stop. He's got a car right behind him. That is Tony. Tony is going to try to make something happen here. In the Lewis Hamilton themed Ferrari, the number 12 car, trying to chase him down. The gap is now to about 6/10. Now it's actually a lot closer now. It is now 4/10. We'll see if he can make a move. We're going to go on to car review. Turn 10, not the best place to overtake. But Kenneth is off into the gravel. He's going to go ahead and go for it. Tony's going to go ahead and jump up into P10. He will go ahead and make the move. Going right before the corkscrew. We'll see if there can be a retake. And no, Kenneth just does not have that tire grip. We're gonna stay on board now with our race winner, or soon to be race winner, barring any major incident happens here for Wall. He's only got 3 more corners left to navigate now. He's got turns 9, 10, and 11. Or sorry, 10, 11, and 12. Now it's only 2 more corners now, and Wall will be our winner here for the first of 2 races here. And oh, that's a very risky rejoin! That was a very unsafe rejoin there for LDRS. Oh, he was lucky that didn't cause an incident. But sure enough, there it is. Jaguar wins here at Laguna Seca for the first of our doubleheader. And Wall 74 takes the checkered flag, takes the win, and takes fastest lap while he is at it. Lunatic High gonna come home in P2. I mean, that race was looking very, very solid for him for a majority of it, but unfortunately just had a few bad moments that just kind of really ruined his race. But still, P2 for your first race in about 6 months is still pretty impressive. And he made it happen with front suspension damage. Fleety will go ahead and round out our podium. Our top 3 that started this race will be the top 3 that finished this race, with a few position changes. But Elusive Wolf will come home in P4, Fix in P5, Biohazard looking to come across the line in P6, and then we have Sophia in P7, Q in P8. Oh, actually, this might be a battle here. This might be a last minute battle here between Q and Tony. We haven't seen a lot of Q in this race today. Just kind of doing his own thing pretty quietly. He's got a turn signal on, so he's looking to try to turn this into a good result here. P8 coming across the line. It's going to be a drag race, but Tony's got a half-second penalty, so it's not going to matter. Tony is going to come up in P9 behind Q, who finishes in P8. Kenneth will be the last car that will finish on the lead lap. He'll finish in P10. And then actually, Seca is being forced off track by the AI there, and that is the end of this race. Yeah, I mean, that was a really entertaining race. A lot of good battles, but your winner is that man right there, Wall 27. He started the race in P3 and ended up in the lead and took victory here at Laguna Seca. I think I might have missaid it earlier where I said that Spivvy actually started in, or sorry, Fleety would have been the one that started in P2. But yeah, alright, so let's go and make a run through your championship, or your race standings here. Wall will take the win here and fastest lap here in the Jaguar F-Type, and then followed by Lunatic Kai in the Porsche 911, and then Fleety in the Huracan, and Elusive Wolf in the GR Super Racing Concept, followed by Fix in the Corvette, Biohazard and Solfa both in the Porsches, and then Q in the Alfa Romeo 4C, and then we're going to take a look at the next batch. We have the lone 458 Italia of Tony sitting at P9, followed by Kenneth in the lone 650S GT3, and then we have Secanaz in the RSR, Thomas in the Audi R8, and then we have Frenzied Rhombus in the F-Type, the Lamborghini Huracan of Spivvy in P14, and then Ellis, who rounds out the grid, in P15 in the Porsche. Now, the room settings have been changed. We're going to get a quick little break, I believe. And then, I think now it's actually our time for our reverse grid race. So, don't go anywhere, folks, and we'll be right back. Also, while we go ahead and still get that grid set up, I want to go ahead and just shout out our commentator over on YouTube right now, DJ Dent TV. He is doing a fantastic job over there. They're in their second race as it sits right now. I don't know what their results are for the first race, but definitely once you're done here, go ahead and check out all of this race. They're going to finish before we do, but yeah, go and check out their race on YouTube. The whole VOD should still remain on YouTube after they're done streaming over there in Division 1. But yeah, it's looking like a really good race in Division 1 here at the moment. But yeah, shout out to DJ Dent. He's doing fantastic over on the YouTube side of things. We may see him here in Division 2 next week. We'll see. Still getting some stuff nailed down with commentating. But yeah, there's some really good battles over there. So yeah, definitely go ahead and check out the YouTube stream. Or if you have two devices, go ahead and pop up the YouTube race on your other device while we still wait for this lobby to be set up. Because to be honest, that's what I'm doing. I am watching the other race while we wait for this one to go live. But some good battles here on the other stream. So yeah, shout out to everybody over in Division 1. And also shout out to the amazing commentator we have in Division 1 currently at the moment. And he's actually got some nice overlays up, so I know he's streaming it from PC. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, some really spicy battles going on over there. So be sure to, if you don't check it out, during this stream while we kind of get ready for the grid. And actually, I think we do have our reverse grid set up here. Oh, actually, it's reverse grid based on the results. Alright, so we're going to go back on track here. I'll just go ahead and display all since we had it displayed earlier. But yeah, so very interesting how this race is going to play out. Obviously, the reverse grid always adds a little bit of spice to the mix, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Oh, that Jaguar sounds so good. Yeah, we're just still waiting on the lobby to be set up. And then we hear the... I'm not going to do it, but we hear the yeah boy from one of the drivers. I believe that was Biohazard, saying that he is definitely ready to get this going. But yeah. Once again, shout out to the YouTube stream. Doing fantastic work over there. It's FLX. It looked like an I on my end. My apologies, but FLX. All right. But you ruined my opportunity for a good pun. How dare you? But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get going here for the second race. I feel like something's not right with this grid. I feel like something should be off. I feel like Biohazard should be in first if we're doing the top 6. Maybe it's the top 7. Maybe I got it wrong. But anyways, regardless of what's going on, oh, actually no, it's just it's bugged. Okay. Oh, and it's lights out. Away we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with this lobby. It seems like some of the starting order might be a bit bugged. As we see, Luge and Kai kind of pulling off. And oh, what is going on here? There's so many cars off in that first sector. What happened? Yeah, we need a restart on this lobby. We need a restart. Yeah, that's I'm not sure what happened there, but it'll be another intermission, folks. Yeah. There's a calls from the drivers to restart the lobby due to a bugged start, but we are not getting that lobby restart. Yeah, the drivers are trying to get to restart the lobby, but we haven't got a lobby restart officialized yet. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. Yep, and I think we are actually now starting to get that that lobby reset happening, so I will go ahead and back out of this myself. Yeah, we see a few of the drivers have already backed out. So it is going to be a lobby restart. Oh, there's an issue with some drivers being unable to change the view. Yep. Oh, and host ended the game, so it's gonna be your lobby reset. Yeah, so it was a bug with the lobby cam. Oh, that's so weird. I've seen some bugs in my time with Gran Turismo, but that is a new one. Yeah, that's interesting. But anyways, we'll be right back. We'll be back when the lobby comes back. Actually, while we wait, I do want to have a little bit of a discussion because it just came across my mind. How much would you guys like to see a GT3 race around this track right here? Igor Norwan. How do you guys feel about that? How would you guys feel about a race around that track? I think it would be pain and suffering for everybody involved, but it could lead to some good racing. I say could, with a massive asterisk by it. But anyways, we're gonna get onto a track that we know has provided good racing because we saw it here earlier, and then also we're seeing it currently on the YouTube side of things. So yeah, we're gonna be on a really good track here. Back at Laguna Seca again. Man, it's like deja vu. I feel like we've all just been here. It's crazy. That is because we have all been here. And yeah, I think I think Division 1 is gonna be done well before we do. So yeah, just hang tight, folks, and we'll get started here momentarily because we have to reset the grid, and hopefully we don't get another camera bug. I see they're having a very interesting chat going on in the game chat here. Hopefully that doesn't get us sent to the ban realm of both Twitch and or YouTube. Probably both at this point. But yeah, so what are your predictions for the race here this time around, y'all? Do you think we're gonna see a pole to victory here, possibly, or are you thinking we're gonna see some more turn one shenanigans, or turn one shenanigans really shake up this order? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think we're just waiting for this grid to be set. Yeah, I think that's all we are waiting on is for this grid to be set, and then we can go ahead and get going once again here in division number 2. It's always fun to see drivers having fun in the chat. A lot of camaraderie between these drivers. Always entertaining to watch. But, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and just continue waiting a bit to see if we can have that grid set. I think that grid is actually in the process of being set. Okay, that is actually our grid set. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We start at 25 past the hour. So if you are in the Americas, or at least on the Eastern Standard Time here in the United States, it would be 5:25 when we start. So if you guys do want to go ahead and pop over to our YouTube channel where there is the Division 1 race being actively streamed, go ahead and do so. We'll be back green at 17:25 here in Gran Turismo time, 5:25 here in American time, and the rest I'm sure you can probably convert to your specific time zone. Yeah, so pretty fun race going on over there. I'll go ahead and drop some extra information for some of the people who still may be watching the Twitch version of the stream and who did not depart yet over to YouTube. So once again, a quick another rundown of this track. We have 12 corners around, or sometimes 11, because sometimes turn 9, the second corner inside of the corkscrew, is referred to as turn 8A, which is an interesting thing. I haven't seen that for any other track here at the period. First appearance, Gran Turismo 2, it is labeled as a low speed track according to the balance of performance settings. And then it is 3.6 kilometers around, 2.24 miles around. The original circuit, which had a little bit of a different layout, started in 1957. And then its current layout, or mostly current layout, was built around 1988. And then its current version with the current pit box has been around since 1996. So that is a little bit of some quick facts about this track. And once again, we're here at the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca here in Salinas, California, United States. It's a fun track, historic track, and obviously we just saw some really good racing here a short while ago. But guess what? You're going to get a buy one, get one free special, even though this is streamed for free on both platforms. You're going to get essentially still a buy one, get one free deal, because you have another 22 lap race coming up here today. And it's actually going to be in about 3 minutes time. So we'll go ahead and just take another quick miniature intermission. We'll go ahead and fly around with some random cars on track. I'm going to go ahead and get hydrated. Remember to stay hydrated, folks. It is very, very important. Just like how race cars can't really run without fuel, your body can't perform its functions properly without water. So make sure, even though energy drinks taste delicious, sodas taste delicious, tea tastes delicious, whatever your beverage of choice usually is, may taste delicious, but water is what your body needs. We'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get going here for the second race of our doubleheader. It is going to be a spicy one here today, folks. You definitely don't want to go anywhere. You guys have definitely come back at the right time because we're about to get going here for our second race of our doubleheader here today. Biohazard, who finished P6 in the last race, will take us to green here. 3, 2, 1... And green means go! And it's a good launch there from FLX. FLX is going to try to make something happen here going into turn 1. We'll see if anything can happen here. Biohazard had a pretty slow launch, but it looks like the German driver had a better launch than that. Freeze is trying to make something happen here at the start. Nothing happened yet. No turn 1 drama that I can see, at least on my map. And we are underway. It looks like Elusive Wolf got actually really close there to the back of FLX. FLX in that Corvette is under a bit of pressure now, but he's trying to put pressure onto Biohazard. The Golf Porsche and the IMB Corvette. They're going to fight it out. Tooth and nail. Those cars are so close to each other. He's going to try to make a move on the outside. Does he got it, though? Does he got to go and get a turn number 7? No, he does not. Not quite yet. He has to back out of it. But, oh, that opens the door for Elusive Wolf to get on by. Now these cars are going to be really bunched up, going into the corkscrew. What's he doing? Donna's going to be over to get the corkscrew. Biohazard's off. And lots of contact there. We need that on replay. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and take a look what happened there. Biohazard was trying to go ahead and get something done here. He was in the lead. Oh, yep, he just got punted by that Supra. Then that was just chaos, and all those cars just shot by him. Unfortunate there for Biohazard. He started this race a pole, and Frenzied is off track too. Gonna have to get that on replay as well. What happened there? So Frenzied was gonna go around the outside, but oh, he just got tapped by Biohazard. And oh, that's just unfortunate. And yep, he's certainly got damage on that car. Yep, front aero and front right suspension damage. Onto our pole sitter here for race 2 of the doubleheader. And our pole sitter from the first race is now in the lead of this race. He actually got ahead of quite a few cars here. And now it looks like Lunatic is going to try to get the win that he so narrowly missed out on last time out. A win that could have been in his hands, but just unfortunately just didn't play out. Let's see what can happen here. We're going to actually slingshot back just one position as Felidi is under a little bit of pressure there from Elusive Wolf. We'll see if anything can happen there. We'll see. Oh, he's going to try to send it up the inside. Does he got the move? He's got it. Elusive Wolf makes the move happen. He is up in the P2, and let's get that on a replay because that was cinema there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute cinema. He's got the slipstream and he just sends it wide. Goes even a little bit onto the rumble strip. And that is very, very good. And now let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, just unfortunate there for a lot of these drivers. And oh, what happened to FLX? Oh, he's just having a really rough run of it as it seems. He must have had some contact earlier on, and he's got a 3-second penalty. Yeesh. So apparently if you started up in the front for the second race, you're just not having a good time here. He's got a 3-second time penalty. And it's on an outlap too, which he must have had damage. Oh, what happened there? Lunatic is off. We got to get that on replay too. Oh no. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, I think my replay thing might have broken a bit. Oh, yep, he just got to the gravel and just lost it. Unfortunate there. Yeah, if you start off in the front, you just are not having a good race right now. That's just unfortunate. Maybe a bit further back. Oh, here we go. Q and Lunatic are going to battle it out. Lunatic wanting to retake that lead. He's gonna have to fight through several cars to get there. He's up behind Q right now. We're gonna go onto the hood cam of the Porsche. He's chasing down Q. He wants that position. He's got to start climbing his way back up to the front. We'll see if anything can happen there. He's got the speed, he's got the slipstream, but does he have to move is the question. Q is fighting for his life. Does he got it? Oh no! Yes, he's got it. Lunatic High. He is up a spot. He is up in the P7, but he's got a long way to go if he wants to catch back up to the front. Oh, did something happen above him, in front of him is the question. Maybe Kenneth might have had a moment there. Yeah, it seems like Kenneth might have had a bit of a moment up front. Lunatic High is now within a second of him. He's going to have a good slipstream. But now we're going to slip back up towards the front. And Fleety versus Wall is going to be the battle on our screens. Actually, this front pack is actually really close to each other. So we'll stay with them for quite a bit as they navigate through the corkscrew. And there's a purple sector for Fleety. He's still currently setting the fastest lap of this race. He's behind Wall now. We'll see if Wall can go ahead and defend like his life depends on it. We'll see what happens here. Onto the rear bumper cam now of the Jaguar. Is Fleety gonna try to make a move? Going into the Andretti hairpin. No, he just doesn't have the real estate. Doesn't have the speed, doesn't have the slipstream, doesn't have anything required to make that move happen. And he will stay in that position for now. But this front pack is so close to each other. Less than a second separates these front runners. Elucid Wolf, Wall, and Fleety. Two drivers that were on the podium for our first race. And then a driver that was just right behind them. We'll see if the Toyota can claim victory here, but he's got a long way to go. He's on the racing softs, so maybe those racing softs might be able to carry him to about lap 11 or 12 at the most, but he's really got to manage them. But when you have two very, very rapid cars right behind you, I don't know if management is going to be the proper thing to do. Wall getting pretty close, coming into the corkscrew. Oh, he's going to send it! What a move from Wall there! What a dive! Unbelievable stuff there. We got to get this again. This is absolute cinema. Look at this here. He's going to fire it up the inside. We're going to go from his camera. And he just sends it into the corkscrew. Well done. That is the most impressive overtake I have seen into the corkscrew in my entire career. That was cinema. Absolutely lovely. Oh, that has filled me with such joy seeing such a risky but yet beneficial overtake going into the corkscrew. And man, I'm still at a loss of words for that. That was incredible. Going back down the grid, Lunatic High does get past Kenneth, and now he's chasing down Mr. Sulfa, who's currently in a P4. I mean, Lunatic is on a Lunatic's drive right now, going full berserk mode, trying to make these positions up. And he has closed that gap so nicely to his fellow Porsche. He's going to try to get around the outside. He's onto the grass. He's on the gravel. He has a slide. He spins it and loses it. Oh, no. Lunatic Kai got a little too crazy there to make the move happen. And yeah, let's just watch this again from the hood cam of this Porsche. He's going to try. He's going to go for it. But he got onto the gravel pretty late on the brakes. And I think he might have even had a little bit of contact there with that Porsche. And yep, unfortunate. Unfortunate stuff there. And just a little bit of high and by. But yeah, really, really unfortunate. Now, Tony is probably thinking about shaking for a move going into the corkscrew. He might try to go around the outside. But Lunatic Kai says, nope, this inside is mine. I'm going to shut the door. I don't want any Girl Scout cookies. And he's going to continue trying to fight back for those spots that he lost earlier on. Looking a bit up the field, looks like Spivey and Robbins are going to be battling it out now. But we'll check on... Okay, no, never mind. This battle is pretty far gone, so we'll actually slip back down to this fight here. To Spivey and Robbins. These two are pretty close to each other, but once again, if you guys want to go on board with any vehicle for a lap, just go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and I will go do an onboard lap of any car via request. It requires absolutely nothing. All it requires is just a comment. That is all we ask, is you comment what driver you want to go on board with, and we will do it. Now it looks like we're going to be on board with Mr. Sulfa here in that Golf Porsche. And yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens here. This is going to be a battle for P4 right now. Mr. Sulfa and Kenneth, two drivers who can have a quiet race one, but they've been having a really good performance in the race too. But now Elusive Wolf is actually coming into the pits. He's decided to call it on those soft tires. The front right looks done. So he's going to come into the pit box and swap out. The question is, what is he going to switch to? That is the real question that we are going to have to answer here as Elusive Wolf. We're just patiently waiting for that car to come on into the pits. It is a bit of a longer pit lane here. 26 seconds you lose on average. Probably not going to have to refuel, but going to make the pit stop onto, I'm going to assume it's a set of mediums. Yep, it is the medium tire compound. He is going to get back out on track. We'll see who's going to be the next one, because that undercut might have worked out pretty well, but I just think that might have been a bit early to try to make that stick. And we actually do have a driver who has left the session. And Tony is out of the race. That will be our first retirement of the evening. And let's hope we don't have any more retirements. We are down to 14 drivers now on track. The lone Ferrari is out. And yeah, so I think actually a bit further down the grid, we're going to have a bit of a battle here. Kenneth actually did pull away from Mr. Sulfa for a bit. We're going to be on... Actually, this is going to be a really close battle between LDRS Secanas and Frenzied Rhombus. We're going to go on board with this Porsche after the chicane. And oh, Frenzy Rhombus dropped off a bit. He let two cars through. Elusive Wolf, who made a pit stop earlier on. And then LDRS. So we'll see if the Portuguese driver can make a good comeback. And we will be back shortly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We actually have some of the drivers from the Division 1 race popping in here, so I think the Division 1 race has wrapped up. I'll definitely have to go back and watch the results a bit later on. See who we got that's close to each other. Not seeing anyone in particular. Maybe we can stay on board with, let's see. Oh, here we go. Frenzied Rhombus and LDRS. Actually, this is a three-way battle for 7th here at the moment. Rhombus, Secanas, and Spivvy are all right next to each other looking to make moves if an opportunity arises. We'll see what can happen here in this race. Anything can happen. We're not even halfway through this race yet. It looks like maybe a little bit of contact there between Rhombus and Secanas. And actually those two have pulled away from Spivvy, so now it's a Porsche v Jaguar battle for P7 here at the moment. A little bit of a touch of gravel, it appears, there for Rhombus. As we go on board now with the Jaguar. Now we'll have to see what happens here for the Jaguar. Now we know the Jaguar has been doing pretty good. It's been Jaguar's night here tonight at the Zeus GT League, as Wall is currently in the lead of this race by 6 seconds. Our winner from the first race, and then he started at P6, and now he's in the lead. He's actually got lap traffic up ahead of IT Tama. We'll see if IT Tama will let him through and not cause too much mayhem, because we know blue flag mayhem can occur. It has happened before. I think it even happened earlier on in this race even. So we will see. Actually, we're going to slip it a few places back. And now Kenneth and Sulfa again. This is the battle that's been going on for a minute. Going on board now with the Porsche. Going into the corkscrew. And it looks like a very good exit there from Kenneth. But same with Sulfa. These two cars look like they had really good exits there, but Kenneth is up into the gravel. This is going to be a big moment for Sofa to come through, but no, he just doesn't capitalize on the slight mistake there from Kenneth, but maybe it might have waited for a corner. Oh, he cuts back in front of the Porsche. You see the flash of lights, so I'm sure that was definitely appreciated. The wind has picked up here from what we saw previously. It is now 10.4 feet per second. So that tailwind is actually coming right on during the Andretti corner. I think it's going to be the primary culprit of where this tailwind is going to be the most effective. Or maybe even going into turn number 4, which is what the drivers are approaching now. We're going to go right on board with this Porsche. We'll see what can happen here. The Porsche is trying to get closer and closer to that McLaren. The McLaren having a better run here than he did in race 1 earlier. And he's just closing that door at the best times, keeping it like clean as on defense as there's fighting a little bit further back. As Frenzied Rhombus is trying to gain a position now. He goes off into the gravel a little bit. But here's the thing, though. Lucid Wolf does have those fresher tires, as we are officially at the halfway point of this race, soon to be well past it. Going into lap 12 now as they exit the corkscrew. Good exit there from a Lucid Wolf, but now he's pulled away from Robbins, but he's in the gravel a bit, so that's going to allow Robbins to catch back up a bit. The Jaguar sensing opportunity, waiting for a moment to pounce. Is he going to do it going into the final corner of the track? No, he decides, no, he's actually going to send it up the inside. Is he going to get it? It's going to be a drag race down to the Andretti hairpin for these two. He decides to tuck it in behind a Lucid Wolf, get behind that Supra, get a good slipstream, try to make a move. Those cars are so close to each other now. He has to go onto the gravel to try to shake on the outside, doesn't get it, but oh, look at that! Look at Biohazard making a deep dive, but it doesn't quite pay off. We're going to have to see that again. Yeah, we were so focused on that one battle. We're going to take a look at it from the hood cam. He's just going to send it deep into the Andretti hairpin, but just could not get that car rotated enough. And then there you see, oh, he didn't even make the pass complete yet. But yep, there he just slips back through. Secanas just gets right back through. It looks like he got back past Secanas. But now this is a four-way battle. Ooh, this is looking very dicey here. Oh, and Robin spins. And Secanas is up 4 positions. What happened there? We can't go to a replay yet because this is getting so spicy here in this field. This is the mid-pack, by the way. This is not even a fight for the win. This is a fight for P6. And Secanas has made a massive move, taking a lot of advantage from all those cars that made mistakes going into turn number 7. What? That was perfect timing for Secanas, and it looks like he almost got a little bit off track there. Almost binned it. And now it's a Porsche v Porsche drag race here. Going into the Andretti hairpin. Will there be a different result this time? We'll check it out. We'll check it out from the player camera. A little bit of a light tap, but Biohazard has the inside line. He's going to shut the door onto a Lucid Wolf. A little bit of contact there between the two. Going to drop back one car and take a look at a Lucid Wolf, who pitted in pretty early on lap 7. Ooh, the slow-moving Porsche Biohazard got into a little bit to the gravel. And yeah, this fight's not going to end. Oh no, that's massive. That is massive. Massive. Oh no. Oh, we're going to have to look at a replay on that one. We just got to try to diagnose what happened here. So Biohazard gets onto the gravel there and causes a little bit of a slow-moving car for Secanas. He just gets tapped and then just gets magnetized and then ping-ponged in between both Biohazard and a Lucid Wolf. And Secanas. Oh, and he's still in the gravel. Oh, he's lost so much positions now. He went from gaining a lot of positions due to an incident to now losing a lot of positions for the same thing. Unfortunate. Now we're going to slip back to our race leader here just to do a leader check-in. And yeah, he's pretty much doing pretty good. We're going to do a onboard moment with him, and we'll be back. Alright, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen. You're on board with Wall 74. Our race winner from the first race here at Laguna Seca in the Zeus GT League Division 2. He's got a pretty good gap to Fleety, who is currently in second place, and he's got even a bigger gap to Kenneth. I did see that Mr. Solfa did make a pit stop during our little intermission. But I mean, now it looks like this field is spread apart quite considerably. No major battles coming up yet. The closest one we have is Kai's recovery drive. He's up in the PA now, looking to take on Q once again. A rematch from earlier on in this race. We'll see if anything can happen between these two. Now, we know it didn't go so well for Kai the first time this happened. We'll see if history repeats itself, or can he get past the Alpha? Oh, that's a bit dicey on corner exit. Looks like a good amount of snapping there. Oh, he's got suspension damage. Kai's got suspension damage and a penalty. So rubs salt into the wound and put some lemon juice on it as well. Oh man, Kai's races have just not been going the way he would have envisioned it here today. He's behind an Alfa Romeo, but he's got suspension damage. So that should be pulling his car to the right, I believe. So he's got to fight the car to keep it going in the direction he wants it to go. Some corners will be easier, other corners are going to suck. It looks like a little bit of loss of grip there for Q in the Alfa Romeo. We'll go ahead and get a look at the wing camera here for you in a bit. There we go. You can't really see a whole lot. You can hear the turbo starter, a little bit of contact there between Lunatic Kai and Q. A little bit of contact there between these two. We'll see if Lunatic can make the pass, but he does have the half-second penalty, so inevitably Q is just going to run away from Lunatic at least for a while. Oh, he's in the gravel! That's going to derail everything for the Alfa Romeo. He just took it a bit too wide, got into the gravel, and just lost the position there to Lunatic. I mean, he might be able to re-catch him on that half-second penalty, but it's going to be really, really tricky to kind of retake that spot now. Now, Lunatic Kai did actually make that work pretty well for him, actually. He will be slowing down, just staying on board here, as we see Fleety and Ellis make their pit stop. Fleety switching to the soft tire compound, and Q is actually just going to come into the pits. Now, Wall has yet to make a pit stop, but I think he's at a spot where he could get a free pit stop now. Maybe trying to wait it out to try to get that fastest lap away from Lunatic Kai, our pole sitter from earlier on in the day. Lunatic Kai has the fast lap now, and up here it comes. Wall decides he's going to make his pit stop now. He's likely going to switch onto that soft tire compound. He could go into medium, but I think it would be just the best interest for him to go onto that soft tire compound. Some other cars are leaving the pits. We'll stay on board with Wall as he comes through. We wait ever so patiently for that car to come in. It is a notoriously long pit stop here at Laguna Seca. We'll see what it can do now. The pit stop is happening. Changing out those tires. Putting on the softs, I would assume. Oh no, he went for mediums. He went for... Oh, never mind. It just updated. It just had a little bit of a delay. But yep, he's on the softs like I predicted. But weird for him to go on the mediums at this stage of the race. I mean, you got only like 5 laps to go in this race. You might as well run those soft tires. Especially those soft tires have a life expectancy of around 8 laps, give or take. I mean, he's still 8 seconds ahead of Fleety, so I mean, I think, once again, unless a massive mistake happens or unless Fleety unlocks a ton of pace, then this is really Wall's race to lose. We'll check and see if there's any other massive battles going up and down this field. We will see. Oh, about Lucid Wolf, we're on board with the Lucid Wolf right now, and Lucid actually has front aero damage, so that's going to kind of hamper their ability to turn in that Supra. So he's catching up to this last podium spot, but he's just got damage, so he just won't be able to make the corners as quickly as Kenneth can. But here's the trade-off, though. He is on the fresher tires compared to Kenneth in that McLaren up ahead. I mean, P3 would be a really good result for McLaren. And I mean, it would have been a very nice result considering he did not have the best of races when we did our first race earlier on today. But right now, Kenneth is actually having a really good drive in a car that I think recently got nerfed, actually. I'll check. Maybe for mid-speed and high-speed. Let me check. I have the spreadsheet here. I'll go and see. But he's making that McLaren do wonders. And the McLaren isn't exactly considered the best car. So, actually, correction. That car got buffed for low speed. That stuff got buffed. Yeah, so very interesting there from Kenneth, making the most of that buffed McLaren. It lost some weight. It went on some Weight Watchers and dropped about 5 kilos, which is going to make maneuvering in that car, which has historically been a bit tricky to maneuver, making the car all the better to handle. Pretty consistent though. He's almost as fast as time, but he goes off track, and that's going to allow for a Lucid to probably slingshot past. He's probably going to get him going into turn number 6. He's got it. He's got the speed, he's got the move, and that was easy for the Supra. I mean, yeah, Kenneth didn't really have much of a prayer in that one. He had older tires, he had off track, he lost speed, and yeah, that was pretty much all she wrote for that podium spot. But still, P4 is going to be pretty good compared to where he finished last time. And yeah, we're just going to take a look through, see if I can see any kind of battles. Oh, here we go! Porsche v Porsche battle here. Biohazard and Ellis. These two fighting for P7 at the moment. That Porsche is chasing down the other Porsche. It is Porsche on Porsche competition here for P7 on lap 19 out of 22. We're in the closing stages of this race, but Ellis is on fresh, soft tires. Let's see what Ellis is on. Or Biohazard's even on fresher soft tires. So this is definitely an advantage for Biohazard here, who is on some very new rubber, and we're going to see a move in the back. Frenzied Rhombus might try to make a move up the inside of Mr. Sofa, but he gets onto the gravel and the curbs. He's going to lose some time and not going to get that position. Frenzied Rhombus down into P10 on the track. He's got damage, or no, I think his damage might be fixed, but there is definitely some visual damage on the front of that Jaguar. And now Mr. Sofa, he's got to try to pull away now. He's got to do what he can to secure his position. He ideally wants to get ahead of Ellis in that Velocity Racing Porsche. He's going to come around turn number 5, coming up into turn number 6. I mean, he's losing time to Ellis up ahead, but he is on the slower tire, and he's actually got aero damage as well. So that's going to hurt his ability to corner just slightly. Doesn't have that front downforce like he would earlier. So his turning is going to be compromised a bit. Let's see, and now it looks like Rhombus is going to get super duper close now. Trying to switch cameras, but unfortunately, it's not wanting to work, unfortunately, but he does get the move done. He is up into P9, and Frenzy Rhombus is up a position. Yeah, I mean, right now, these front drivers have pretty much just run away with this race. I guess we'll go to the battle of FLX and Biohazard. And actually, Ellis is right behind. Ellis is looking pretty likely to take P7 off of FLX. We'll see if it can happen here. Oh, is it going to be a late send of the inside? Oh, no, just not quite. He's still got the inside line. But on the hairpin, the outside is a bit quicker. But that's not going to stop Ellis from taking P7 momentarily. But then FLX is going to have the inside line. He's not going to get it this time. But can he get it on the next corner? We'll find out here very, very soon. Going to go on board now with the Porsche. See if he can get past the Corvette. Oh, they're so close. They're so close. They're touching. They got it. I think Ellis has got it. Yeah. Oh, no. FLX is still going. FLX is going to go into turn number 7 around the outside. But is that going to work? Oh, yes, it is. And actually, Rhombus got hit. Rhombus is hit. He's going to the outside. And, man, we're going to need a replay of that. Or not. Replays have decided not to work, unfortunately, here in the dying stages of the race. Apologize, getting blue screen real quick. Once again, I do apologize. Trying to fix the keyboard here. There we go. Oh wait, nope. Hang on, wait. Okay, there we go. Fix the cameras. Not sure why that was happening, but we did fix the cameras, and he's only got a few more corners left to go. And it has been a dominant drive here from the PLC Jaguar. He won in the first race, and he's about to take victory here in the second. And now he's just on the home stretch now. Wall 74 takes victory here for the second time in Laguna Seca, and he takes fastest lap to boot. Jaguar PLC wins it here in Laguna Seca. Fleety comes home in P2. Elusive Wolf rounding out the last few corners now. He'll come home in P3. A solid result there from the Toyota Supra. Followed by Kenneth, Lunatic, who's had a really good recovery drive in this race. And then we'll check the rest of them as they come through. Elusive Wolf getting a little snappy on corner exit, but he's going to come across the line right as that wind continues to pick up. And it is P3 for the Toyota, followed by Kenneth in P4. And then a good recovery drive there from Lunatic to come home, but he's got another Porsche right behind him, and he's got suspension damage still. Suspension damage and just burnt up tires. Although I think he's done enough to bring it home into P5. Biohazard right behind him in P6. FLX at P7. Oh, this is a little bit of a battle right behind. Coming to the end. A little bit of contact there. Pushing FLX off the track. Rhombus is going to let it back on. Solfa's looking to try to make a move and get into... Oh, those cars are touching. They're touching a lot. And that's the end of that. FLX P7. Rhombus P8. Solfa P9. Alice P10. Spivvy in P11. Q in P12. Tama in P13. And LDRS in P14. And then we had Tony as our singular DNF. But your winner is, once again, that man right there. He went up 5 positions, started in P6, ended in P5. What a drive from Wall 74 in the Jaguar. Oh boy, that was an excellent drive there. Very well done from everybody involved. But yeah, that was super duper intense. Really good race there. Lots of intense moments, lots of contact. And then once again, we'll run through your final standings here really quickly. Wall 74 goes ahead and takes victory for Jaguar. And then Fleety gets the fastest lap into Huracan, followed by Elusive Wolf, Kenneth, Lunatic Kai, Biohazard, FLX, who I actually called Fix earlier. Frenzied Rhombus rounds out our top 8. And then taking a look at our next 15, or next P9 to P15, we have Mr. Solfa, Ellis. Those cars were super duper close to each other. Spivvy was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Q, Tama, and LDRS Secondas were down a lap at the end of that race. And then Tony was our DNF from this race. That was an excellent race here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to go ahead and follow us here on Twitch, and then go check out our YouTube channel, where we'll be posting the entirety of this race VOD on the platform. And then also be sure to check out the Division 1 race that also happened there, because especially race 2, the little bit I saw, it was looking really good. But once again, my name is Rekus, and I was your host and commentator for today's race. We'll see you guys next week when we head to Mount Panorama. Thank you guys so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.